different job, different relationship, different, always wanting to be anywhere, anywhere else but right here, right in the presence of your life. And the death wish occurs when every day we wake up and we don't want to get out of bed, we don't want to be in that present job, in that house with those people, etc., etc., etc. You know, you can fill in the personal blanks of what you're avoiding, what you're not committing to, what you're not being present with. And I believe the majority of people, like 99.9% of human beings, go through the dark night of the soul at least once in a lifetime. Those of us who are high sensitive, super sensitive, very psychic, shamans, healers, light workers, way showers, whatever you want to call it, those of us who really feel the rawness of life, we're inclined to go through it more regularly. And that's because we feel everything on such a deep level, and we think about things on such a deep level. So we're not numb to any changes or tweaks or shifts in our vibration. So the death wish is not just having the blues, by the way. Having the blues is way more common, and it's much lighter, and it's, you know, maybe someday you're just feeling a bit blue, a bit down. That's like, people have that regularly on a weekly basis. It's not a big deal. But the death wish is a genuine desire to leave your physical body and go back to source, or go somewhere else, shift to another dimension. I recently watched a really good film. I felt like Spirit set it up that I'd watch this. It was suggested to me by my partner, who isn't necessarily into spiritual things. And it's called The Discovery. And I highly recommend, if you're into quantum physics, spirituality, to check that out. Robert Redford is in it. He's brilliant, of course. Rooney Mara and Jason Segel. It's a really good film, but it's all about death, and it's about where we go after death and the aftermath of dying. But with the death wish, it's a real tricky one, because we have to honor, this is the thing, we have to acknowledge how we feel. If we're feeling depressed, if we're feeling low, if we're feeling down, we have to acknowledge that. We have to love that part of ourselves. We have to love the depressed inner child, the child that's having a tantrum saying, I don't want to do this anymore. That's the first step to healing and shifting out of the death wish. Or should I say, integrating the death wish. The next step is making fresh new decisions, making choices to break the negative, depressed habits. So that means choosing to wake up in the morning and say, thank you for this day, I'm happy for this day. Setting an intention for your day. Today is going to be a better day. Today is going to be a joyful day. Today is going to be fun. Today I seek out and I align with fun, or whatever it is. And if you're in a really low place, I highly suggest that you just go up to the next emotion that's available to you, the next higher emotion that's available to you. So if you're feeling really down, just say, today is going to be better, and every day I get better and better. So you're just putting that little step up the ladder. You know, you're moving up the frequencies every day. And then eventually, like over the period of a month, you know, give or take 30 days, with that said, you do start to notice you're incrementally moving up in your energy, in your vibrations. Then you have to start actually choosing different emotions. Once you've acknowledged the sadness, you have to start choosing to find joy. And that means actively seeking that in your body, in your energy. not necessarily outside of you yet. You're not ready for that yet. In this moment, you actively seek, where in my body can I feel joy? Maybe I just feel joy simply lying here on the bed, feeling relaxed, feeling the support of the mattress holding me, the earth, the universe cradling my body right now. Maybe I'm enjoying the deep breathing, you know. Give thanks and connect with the joy of the simplest, the tiniest little simplest thing, like literally just, it's so good that I could do that with ease. You can enjoy the fact that right now you don't have to be anywhere. Right now you don't have to rush, you don't have to do anything, there's no demands on you. Giving thanks and feeling joy for those little things, by taking that thought, that's going to attract another like thought. So this is the physics of it. By choosing that relief thought, that's going to attract, the next thought is going to be a little bit higher than that. So it's going to be more than relief. It might even go for feeling satisfied right now, feeling satisfaction in this moment of lying on the bed, deep breathing, relaxed. Maybe you've burned some lovely lavender oil. Maybe you've had a hot bath before and you're just enjoying the relaxation of that. So these simple little steps we can take to help us feel connected with the present moment. Another thing that I highly recommend, and I say this to people who come to me for healing all the time, is every few hours asking yourself, how do I feel? Right now, how do I feel? So right now I'm feeling stimulated because I'm talking to you, I'm channeling, I'm accessing the angels, I'm speaking their messages, whatever it is, but no judgment, no criticism, simply just tuning into how you're feeling, acknowledging it, embracing it, and moving on. With the death wish, understand that death is a soul decision. It's not always a conscious soul decision, but it is a spiritual, non-physical, divinely timed decision. So if you're wishing every day that you're not here, eventually your outside, your circumstances will reflect that back to you. So it's very important that we get off the death wish roundabout. And it is a roundabout. It becomes a pattern, it becomes a program, and I can see it when people come into me if they're on that momentum of wishing that, you know, that they weren't here. So as you start to incrementally raise your vibration, then when you've found the joy in your body, when you found the joy in the simple presence of maybe just going for a walk in the woods, of connecting with a tree, maybe sitting with a good friend having a cup of coffee, when you've been able to find little bits of joy and feel that in the present in your body, now that's when you're, but not until then you're ready to take the next step, which is to actually actively seek joyful situations, adventures, experiences in the outside world. Now, it's very important you don't jump to that step until you've got it cooked in your energy first. It's got to be cooked in your vibration first. If you start jumping into outside conditions, looking for someone to soothe you, to make you feel better, looking for food to feel better, looking for anything that's physically outside of you to soothe and to change how you feel, it's going to backfire and it's going to blow up in your face, and you're going to have a massive echo of your inner vibration, which is dissatisfaction, death, you know, not wanting this, not wanting that, disappointment, yada, yada, yada. So understand that you've got to do the inner body work first. You've got to find satisfaction in anything that's inside of you and feel it. It's got to be an emotional response. You can't think this. You can't say, okay, I'm feeling joy, I'm feeling satisfied. If you're not feeling it, the body doesn't lie. The body knows when you're lying. The body knows when you're not present and when you're faking it. You can't fake vibration. Non-physical responds to your vibration, not your mental thoughts, as in not the words you're offering, not the inauthentic, oh, I really want to feel better, but I don't. We have to acknowledge the present feelings of where you are. We don't wallow, we don't stay there, we don't have to mollycoddle those heavy emotions, but we just have to feel them in an emotional state first. And then we've cleared them. Once you feel them, to feel is to heal. You've cleared it, you can move on. You can say, okay, what's next? Where do I want to be now emotionally, vibrationally? And then when you get to where you want to be emotionally, then we can go into the outside world, into actively seeking positive experiences. Now, don't be hard on yourself in the positive outside world experiences at first. Use them as evidence. It's a mirror to tell you where you are. So if things don't go according to plan, don't freak out, because when you freak out, you're going to pull yourself right back down the ladder. The key is to just feel the feelings. Okay, this wasn't, I went out into the world, I sought positive experiences, and I'm disappointed with what I found. It's just information. It's just a mirror. It's information telling you that it's time to go back to the drawing board, to go back inside yourself and to again realign and to tune in and to say, okay, what do I need to clean up here? You just need to do some more housekeeping, inner clean housekeeping of your vibration. That's all it means. And you do that, and then you get to you get into a really positive space inside yourself, and then you go outside again. But remember, you can't skip. There's a divine order to this. You have to do the inner joyful aligning first. That's why people who are, desperately wanting to have a certain experience, maybe they want to get a new job or they want a new relationship, and they rush out into the outside world and they take all these action steps and they try to manipulate and force things into place, they often will attract a rotten job with a rotten boss with the bad pay, or a rotten relationship, a toxic relationship, because they were trying to fix the inside job through outside means. Understand that the universe will always hand you what you have going on. What's in your aura, what's in your energy is what will be handed to you on a plate. So don't seek the new job, the new relationship, the new home until you've cleaned up your energy. If you're having trouble knowing where you are vibrationally, go see a good shaman, a good healer, a good energy therapist like myself, who can tune in, who can explore with you where you are and help you tidy up and clean up what needs to be cleaned up. I hope this was helpful. If you're having, if you're going through the death wish phase, understand you have the choice to change it. You have to start looking for reasons to want to be here. You have to start making choices and decisions that do match the life that you actually want. You have to pull yourself out energetically and emotionally of the despair you're in. Nobody else can do that for you. No healer can do that for you. As a healer, my job is to hold you in the light and reflect to you freedom. You have choice. You have freedom. My role is to remind you, you have the freedom to choose. You don't have to choose this pattern every morning, every day, and repeat the same thing. You have choices. You have freedom. You have free will to start again and to say, okay, well, what do I want? I know what I don't want, but what do I want? Bring your focus to what you do want. That's the key. And that's what Jesus meant when he said, turn the other cheek. He was talking about turn the other cheek in the direction of where you want to go, what you desire. Don't focus on the slap. Don't focus on the negative, reflection of the universe that's telling you you're not in a good place. You need to shift gears. You need to shift vibration. Turn the cheek towards your desire, towards the goodness, towards the life of your choosing. And remember your power.